Hello friends, this is Rupak Banerjee with my channel The Love of the Written Word, and today I am going to talk to you about 4 books of non-fiction genre. We readers love both fiction as well as non-fiction. Some of us love to read non-fiction more. Some of us have a mixed habit like I have for reading both fiction and non-fiction. But today the 4 books that I have chosen are varied in their nature. But there is one common item in them. There is a mystery and mystical aspect to all the 4 books that I am going to talk to you about. So the first book in the list today is The Great Derangement by Amitav Ghosh. Amitav Ghosh got the highest literary award in India, the Gyanpith Award in 2018. And Amitav Ghosh is well known across the world for his novels, specifically the Ibis trilogy. But being a doctorate in social anthropology from Oxford University, Amitav Ghosh has written a great non-fiction book in The Great Derangement. The idea of the book in a nutshell is the failure of contemporary literature and art in highlighting the change in climate and the change in climate which is going to affect the world for good. We are going to lose our planet and its present generation. If they don't take care, the future generation will have nothing. Published in 2016, this paperback has 217 pages. And Amitav Ghosh has actually used his literary genius in bringing out the crux of the problem of climate change. But climate change is not something that we cannot smile about and laugh it out. Climate change is real and it is there to stay. And if we don't take care, we are going to kill our future generation for good. So I would recommend strongly this book, which I bought for only rupees 100 from one of the bookstores in Kolkata's old book area, College Street. So the next book in my list today is about the mystical and mysterious name called Yeti. And when you talk about Yeti, there are various stories, various folklores going around the length and breadth of the Himalayas. And I found a book by none other than one of the best known mountaineers of the world, Reinhold Messner. The name Reinhold Messner, for you who already know him, will ring a bell. He was the first man to have climbed all the 14 more than 8,000 meter peaks of the world. Reinhold Messner also holds the record for being the very first man to have climbed Mount Everest solo. He also holds the record of being the first man to have climbed Mount Everest solo without oxygen. There are various firsts in account of Reinhold Messner because this man loves to live a life of adventure. So think of Reinhold Messner crossing the Antarctic, crossing the Greenland without any snowmobile, without any dog sleds. Or even think of Reinhold Messner crossing the Great Gobi Desert alone. So when he writes about my quest for the Yeti, you sit up and take notice. Yes, Reinhold Messner has written in this 165 pages about the life, the legend, the folklores, and the various possible sightings of Yeti. As per John Crocker, another fellow mountaineer, he has written a very interesting line about Reinhold Messner. Messner is to climbing that Michael Jordan is to basketball. So this small book is a bombshell in itself if you want to know about Yeti. So the third book on my list has an author who is not very famous as an author. He has only published 2 books. The first book was Doctor on Everest in the year 2000, published in year 2000, and the second book is the one that I am going to talk about. The book is Extreme Survival A Doctor Explores the Limits of Human Endurance by Dr. Kenneth Kamler. Dr. Kenneth Kamler is probably the only practicing extreme medicine specialist of the world who has been associated with various associations who are relating to the use of medicine at the highest levels of human endurance. In this book, he takes us across 8 chapters in 336 pages, where he takes his own experiences to the jungle, the high seas, the desert, underwater, high altitude, and outer space, and the various physical and psychological effects of endurance of the human body. The prologue and the conclusions are equally interesting as the chapters. I am sure people who are interested to know about the human body and its ability to fight on its own will love this book, a non-fiction par excellence by Dr. Kenneth Kamler. Now coming to the last book of my vlog today. The word Shambhala means a new advent, the starting of a new era. But the word Shambhala also has various other connotations in countries around Himalayas. So Professor Nicholas Roerich, in his book Shambhala, in 316 pages, brings out 27 different essays about a realm which exists not in the maps of the world. So this book is interesting to me because probably this book talks about the 4th dimension. And I will give us a little bit of a specifications here. The new generation today is very well aware about portals. If you have seen the latest Doctor Strange movie, or have you seen the Marvel movies, so you have seen how portals are created from one universe to another universe. So this talks about a parallel universe. Shambhala or Shangri-La also points out to probably another place which exists in another universe, but there is a portal to reach that place in our world. Nobody knows where. In one of my earlier blogs, I had talked about a book called The Lost Horizon by James Hilton. And there is a strong connotation between that mystical place called Shangri-La, where nobody dies, where nobody ages, everybody is happy, everybody is everlasting. With the essays that has been portrayed over here in Shambhala. This book is not about the outwardly quest to find a place in a map or to locate that place or reach that place. It is also simultaneously an effort to make an inward journey. Like in Tibetan Buddhism, the inside quest towards the man's own Atman. This is also talking strongly about the Hindu mythological fact of knowing yourself, knowing your own self. But overall, I loved this idea of Shambhala, and the essays talk about the first-hand experience Professor Roerich had with the various lamas in his travels around the world. So the 4th and final book in the list today is Shambhala by Professor Nicholas Roerich, 316 pages. This brings to the end of my today's book vlog. If you happen to like my vlog, please do subscribe and give your comments in the comments box. And I would love to coordinate with you to find out more about your reading habits and share about my reading habits. Happy weekend to all of you. Bye bye.